Back in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Was good.
All right, for all things Trackstarz, make sure you go to trackstarz.com. Follow us on Instagram at Trackstarz, Twitter at Trackstarz. Like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and download the app. That's where all the merch is. So make sure you go check out the new Trackstarz merch too, all right?
All right, so NF has released a mixtape. Hopefully you guys had a chance to hear it. It's the Clouds mixtape. I wanted to get some quick reactions. This is basically our dissect segment, but of course there's a ton of songs, so we can't dissect all the songs. So whenever we do an album, it's more of an album review. So mixtape review. So what do you guys think of Clouds?
Bro, I say that joint is it's a masterpiece. You ever like started watching a movie and then like in that first 1 to 2 minutes, you're like, okay, I'm interested, it's intriguing, and then throughout the whole movie it has you on the edge of your seat, and then it has a great ending too. You like, man, that's what this album is. It's a musical masterpiece. Like, I enjoyed every track, and I love the creativity of the production, the what he's spitting, you know what I'm saying? It was man, just like you. If you can name off some tracks, Just Like You, that's a wonderful song. Prideful, and Just Like You, that really jumped out because I think a lot of people will be able to relate to that. I think it may help some people who feel like, you know, they're the only one. Sometimes you feel alone and going through something. In that song right there, like, no, it's millions of people just like you. Like, it's like the song says. But I loved it. I was excited to hear, like, you know how you finish one track, okay, I wonder what this next track is gonna be, and then the next track come on, you be like, man, like, okay. I love the story, which was kind of like movie-like, but to me the album was just like if you could watch it like a movie, like a musical movie, if you could say that, you know what I'm saying?
I want to know what Ryan thinks. You
You
like him the least out of all of us.
Why do you say that?
People watch our show, they know.
No. So actually, I thought this was very good.
Let me clarify.
He gave us a lot of. I think he gave us a different NF on different tracks. You know, like, I mean, he gave us, you know, kind of like a singing NF. He kind of gave us a toned down NF. He gave us a rebuttal NF. You know, I thought the song Prideful was a way of talking to people about what they think about him, but not being so mad about it. You're not being so mean with it. I like a lot of what I heard. I liked, you know, like Jeremiah said on a tweet and in a text that there was more, you know, seemed more like a Christian hip hop album because of the things he talked about. But I mean, it's not, I told you, it's not that I don't like NF. For me, it's his album is a one-time thing for me. I hear it one time, I hear the words clearly, and I don't really have to play it again. I don't have to put it on a playlist. It's not going to come back and be like a jam for me, you know? So I do like NF as an artist. I like his music. And I think that he had some really dope tracks on this mixtape.
Now he's being muted now. He called me and was like, yo, this NF mixtape is crazy. This is fire. I don't know why you being so muted now. He loved it. He called me. You called me and told me, you were like, yo, this is really good.
I just said that.
But you're being muted. You're being muted.
You looking confused like you didn't do that, Ryan. You looking confused like Sean saying something that's not true.
Let me
just said
no, but Ryan,
really
you're being
project.
muted. You're being muted. Like, when you call me, you were like, yo, this is really great. But now you're like, it's really good.
Jeremiah, tell him keep that same energy.
Keep that same energy.
You're not you don't sound as excited as you were when you called me.
I don't know. So, I don't know what I'm doing differently. Like,
Morning time, Sean.
I just want to make sure they know that you actually really like this, because the people who comment on our videos, they think you don't like him.
Why?
Because you
say
don't
it all
like
the
him.
time. You say it.
You say it
all the time.
Comment and ask. Tell me if I'm lying. All you
Go
NF
back and
fans
look
that
at
get mad at us, tell me I'm lying that Ryan don't like NF.
Go back and look at all the NF line for lines. Go back and look at the definitive. Go back and look at all those things. I like the dude.
You said you ain't gonna listen to it again. You said I listened to it one time, and that's it. I ain't gotta hear it again. Like,
it ain't the jam. It ain't the jam. So I ain't got to listen to it more than once.
I'm like that.
I heard what he said. I heard him.
if it's not a workout vibe, or if it's not a riding in the car or like turn up vibe,
That's a joke. Don't get you
put it on
hyped.
my playlist.
See,
But-
here's why I think Ryan loved this one and why he called me. NF went like off. So Ryan loves fast rapping, and NF went off on this, and I think that's what grabbed him. I think he probably called me right when he heard one of those lines. Was like, "Yo, I like this." So
Probably
NF,
heard Trust and then called you right after. Heard Trust and call you right after.
the key to Ryan's heart, just rap fast. Nobody even needs to know what you're saying. Just rap real fast.
No wonder.
Yeah,
Well, he definitely liked that tech
One
song.
of those,
Tech Nine.
man, it was actually one of the last songs that I heard,
Trust.
and I was like, yep, sure was. Yep, sure was.
I just want to make sure they know.
I know my brother.
This one turned you.
Right.
This is the most excited I've ever heard Ryan for NF. So
Well,
that
Trust
I'm
was
just saying
dope.
that's saying something.
Trust was dope, but I really liked the last song on the mixtape. I don't
Pay
know
My
mine was
Dues?
in
Pay
order.
my dues.
Yeah, pay my
My
dues.
Dues.
That's it.
Am I the only person that wasn't impressed by this?
Wow.
All
new
the
Ryan Righteous.
sounds-
Who do you like?
No, I mean, I like NF. I do. His last album, I kept it in rotation. He, had some really, really good stuff on that one. But this one, it was just, it was a mixtape. It was like, I got a bunch of songs, I'm throwing it out, and here you go. Most of the songs sound the same. He only had like one dude produced a whole thing with another dude who kind of helped with a couple of them, but it was, it just was.
Really,
Man, you know what? That's gonna be an unpopular opinion, and you're probably saying that because Conrad's not here.
No,
You're
not
I'm
at
just-
all.
I'm just playing. But not honestly for me, man. I felt like this was amazing, bro. Like I felt like that. But I can understand what you're saying. I've taken the approach to NF a little bit weirdly. I decided almost like Ryan not to dive all the way in, right? From like, even, I mean, I want to say from the very first joint. Y'all remember when I got introduced to him, it was on that video, when in the intro, right?
Mm-hmm.
After the intro, I was like, yo, this dude was fire, he's amazing. But I never really dove into all the albums. I heard them, but I still didn't become an NF fan. I feel like hearing this one would make me be an NF fan. Like it's almost undeniable at this point, right? Like I'm in. I want to say now I'm in, and I may be in at a weird point, but I'm kind of in, and I guess I'm ready to say that I'm an NF fan.
I'll say
You
this.
think I'm Hollywood? You don't really know me good.
thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
I salute the fact that he was able to find a way to stay moody without talking about himself, because that's where his fan base really lies. So the fact that he used one song about the guy who got shot by the boyfriend and all that kind of good stuff, I was like, okay, you finding a way to stay moody, but not talk about yourself. That's smart. So, because he got a lot of good stuff going right now with, the birth of his child and all that kind of stuff. So, salute to him for finding a way to still tap into his core audience.
I'll say this, man. I think the project was dope. I feel like I like when people. Y'all know I'm a big fan of people who have their own sound. I like Toby as well because he has his own sound. Even I would say this, in this
He sound
project,
like
I feel like I'm talking about production wise, have his own
Okay.
sound production wise. I'm not talking about his cadence or what he's talking about. I would say this, even for people who say he has the same beats over and over. On this project, he had one beat he had like a couple beats that didn't sound the same, that was different for him, but it sounded like whoever produced it used his style of beats and produced something that sounded different a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I forgot what track it was, but he had like two tracks in real quick, let me see. I think it was Prideful, and I believe it was Drifting, that those beats kind of sound a little bit not the same as always, but you know what I mean? But he just did it the way he does himself. I feel like the rollout for this was dope too. Like the rollout, the videos was dope. The video with him and Hobson, the Clouds video, the joint where he kept going from scene to scene, that was fire. Like, I think at this point in time, this music industry is going to have, the rap hip hop industry going to have to say something about it. Like, I know we had a conversation like years ago about DJ Academics and all of them. They're going to have to say something about this guy, because it's no way that this guy is outselling people that y'all keep putting on pedestals, and then all of a sudden, like, he just don't. It's like somebody eating at your table and you trying to ignore them and talk to other people. It's like, no, this dude is here. He's at the table. He's selling like your favorite artist. He's actually selling probably more than your favorite artist in this genre. So you gotta acknowledge that this guy's at the table. You just don't want to.
But Jeremiah, what happens when the conversation starts? Does that make it better or worse for him?
Well, I think what it is I think people think he's an industry plant. And I think, and what an industry plan is, somebody is like that, like somebody handpicking by the industry to be successful. He just came out of nowhere, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, I think that's what I seen something with Academics talking about. I seen a video of different people talking about in that, and Academics was like, well, I don't feel like he feels like he doesn't have anything to do with the culture. Like, he's not in the culture. So he just, that's why he dismisses him. Like he doesn't matter in the culture. I think that's what his words were. So it's like, you can't keep dismissing somebody because you don't agree with what they're talking about. Because that's basically what it is. It's like, you don't agree. If I don't agree with Lil Nas X and what Lil Nas X is talking about or whatever, I can't deny of whatever his impact is on the culture. Like, he's impacting somebody because he's selling units or he's doing something. You get what I'm saying? Even if I don't agree with what he's doing or whatever. So
does NF need a cosign?
I mean, this album, he got Tech Nine. Tech Nine is a legend.
But I mean, I understand that, but does he need a cosign? Like Dre was a cosign for Eminem. People,
yeah, I see what you mean. Well, I think it's too late for that.
Genre.
I think it's too late for like a producer type cosign, because he's already successful without like a producer type in cosigning. You know what I mean? Now, another artist, you know what I'm saying? Like I mean, I don't know who would he work with that's like in his, I feel like he's working with people that's like in his lane, if you get what I'm saying. Like, I remember we was joking on a call one night and we was talking about when you go to his fans also like on Spotify, it's like the same, like it looked like the same white guy, but just at different stages, like different other artists that look just like him or look like have that same, I forgot what we said on the call, but it's just I think what I'm saying is, if he collaborate people, he's going to collaborate with the people like Hobson, like who he did, Tech Nine. You know what I'm saying? Now, what would be dope is if he did something with M. If M was like, y'all need to hear this NF kid. Now, that would be interesting.
Nah, he's never going to do that. M would never do that.
Why you saying M would never do that? That's kind of weird. I mean, that he would just outright never do that.
Think about what he said on his track. Like an NF recovery clone. Like he does not respect this dude like that. He thinks that dude is copied him.
How would y'all feel if Eminem and NF did a record and it's called Line for Line? Would that be like the biggest?
I feel disrespected because it's our. I mean, my bad, not ours. But
Mike Six, speak, Mike Six.
I feel disrespected. I'd be like, yo, respect the grind. How you gonna come out? How you gonna come out and call your stuff Line for Line? You know you heard us. You feel me? You know you heard the Line for Line.
That would be it. That would be almost a direct salute to us without saying our name.
Yeah, but you still get no credit. It'd still be like, we're saying it's a salute, right?
Eminem already said, I'm not gonna say the names of these blogs that talk about me just to give you credit. While I'm shining. So I mean, we already know that he wouldn't.
You think he was talking about Jeremiah when he said that? Because I think so.
Ryan, you a bigger Eminem NF fan than I thought, man. You know all this stuff. I think you're a fan.
I mean, I told you I was a fan. Never mind.
I think you're.
You ain't never said it out loud like I did.
Fan.
I can't go with this. I do like him. I've told y'all that ever since Mansions. I like.
But every time you say that, you're like, I like him. I just don't listen to him. I just can't listen to him.
I like him a lot, but I just don't want to see him again.
I've seen him once. Why would I have to see him twice? Don't make no sense. Yes, I have other people on my playlist. They're good and he's good too. But he don't belong on my playlist.
I don't like all the dark stuff, man. The dark stuff just doesn't sit well. I don't like the dark stuff.
I like Lecrae. I have a Lecrae playlist. Do I have an NF playlist? No. Why do I need one?
I got a Lecrae playlist, a KD
But I like
playlist,
'em.
an Andy
But I like 'em.
playlist, Derek Minor playlist.
What is the dark part? Let's talk about that. Is it the production or is the visual? Because I think
It's
that's
the-
what he
it's-
represents.
It's the visuals and just the things that he says. That music doesn't relate to how I feel on a daily basis.
Whoa. Kenneth just said something in the chat, y'all.
You
Said
think he
some of
referenced
y'all,
us?
yeah, some of y'all want to sit around and try to pick apart my bars. Here's some lines you can dissect. Ooh, that's a clear and direct.
He's
That's
a
a
fan.
clear and direct shot.
I'm 100% sure NF is a fan.
Well, I mean, he's spoken to us on.
Oh snap! He
Yo.
said that for real.
He's a Ryan Righteous level fan.
So let me. Oh, okay.
I seen him.
what
I seen
happened.
him. I seen him.
I can see what happened.
I don't want to watch him again, but I like him.
NF did something where maybe
They cool.
somebody either sent him something or he searched it. And you know how people search it. A lot of artists search themselves online.
Yeah.
So you
Listen,
search
ask
yourself-
Rick how many times he's
No,
watched the
but
full throttle.
let's be
video
real.
Or the spectacular. Eminem, if NF was watching his own videos, our line for line has come up as
No,
a
but
suggestion.
let's just be real. We already know what the deal is. NF. Should I say?
Say
this?
it, Sean.
Okay, so NF. NF has been around for a long time. We've known about NF since 2012. He was on what's the name of the label?
He was on Exist.
Exists, right? So he's been around. So he's.
He did that song with Flame, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he likes us. Like legitly, if you're ever watching this, clarify this because from my point of view, I don't think he likes us. He's tweeted at us before and deleted it. It wasn't positive. So I don't think he likes us very much. But that doesn't matter to me.
What'd he say?
I'm still
Sean,
a
what'd he
fan.
say? What'd he say, Sean?
We can get Marty and Fernie to confirm that.
No, he was just responding to one of our questions of the day that Jeremiah posts. But
Oh yeah, he did say something.
I think
that.
he realized real quick, why am I responding to these dudes? You know what I'm
he
saying?
said,
Like, I don't want to be
"Stupid, why
involved
would-"
in
He's like, that was stupid. Why would you
I
ask
don't want to
that?
be involved with these people. So my sense is that he doesn't like us and he doesn't want to be associated with us. But he's been around, like he's been around the genre, like he's been around. So I don't know. I hope that's not true, but that's the sense I get. But it doesn't matter.
I don't think it's that
I
he
still
doesn't
like him.
like us. He just doesn't care for us, nor does he need us. Is what I believe.
Could all be true. Could all be true.
I did not know he said that line. That line is interesting. Some of y'all want to sit around and try to pick apart my bars. Here's some lines.
I don't think it's interesting. I think it's very direct.
Yeah, it is. Because the funny part is dissect meaning you a fan. Because dissect is not just
That's a deep cut.
yeah. That's an album jam.
When y'all talk about, hey, we're not just line for line. If you want to listen to some other stuff, there's a dissect for you. And
You're a fan too.
If he starts mentioning songs we've done, that's a real fan. The full throttle. But
I got something to full throttle. Like, oh,
no, but I hope he doesn't dislike us. I think I'm just being all the way honest today. I think he was probably annoyed by us because every time we posted a video by NF, it would show up on his feed.
yeah.
So like he would do a song and we would pop up NF, Eminem versus NF. Trackstarz react to such and such. That's probably annoying if you don't like what we're saying, and every time you post a video, we pop up with our faces. So I can imagine that's annoying. But
John, you screenshotted the tweet. So what year was it?
that was a long time ago. That was a
it
long
was
time
I
ago.
mean, he was still pretty famous at that point, though.
It was.
No, I think he was
it was
on his
first album.
rise.
It was first
Huh?
album, not first album, but first NF album.
No, you know why? Because I remember where I was when you told me about it, and I was at a school that I've only been at for like 3 years.
No,
4 years. Yeah,
no,
3-4 years.
It
Yeah.
wasn't 3
can't
years
never
ago.
trust the Ryan reference.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
Not the back reference, Ryan. Fred, I don't know. Fred, I don't know.
I was getting ready to go into a meeting, and Sean called me and was like, "Yo, NF just tweeted at us."
It was
And I
way
like, "Oh,
longer
word?"
than that. It
It
was at
wasn't.
least
It
4 or
wasn't.
5 years.
Find
Do
your
y'all
screenshot.
know?
Find your screenshot.
Do
I know
y'all
you
know
kept
that
it.
our Eminem
Brad, I don't know.
NF line for line is on message boards? Like I've seen it on message board where somebody posted on an Eminem message board and was like, "See, these dumb guys think that NF."
Hey, dumb guy.
And it was like a video of that joint.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
crazy. That joint got shared a lot. We
Wait,
just don't
under
know.
that, it was like these dumb guys think.
No, because he was an Eminem fan. He was like, "See, these dumb guys think that NF is better than Eminem."
The tide is turning
was
now,
it.
though. Most of the comments when we first started, it was a bunch of Eminem fans saying, "Who is this guy?" Blah blah. Blah. Now it's like mostly NF fans saying Eminem ain't got a chance. So it's been an interesting turn since when we first started, because we were one of only outlets that was covering NF when he was on the rise. So that's why we kept popping up. He had an interview with Wado. He had a like sparse stuff available. So when he started hitting the videos, boom, 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 we were one of the only people that were talking about him. So we showed up on his video. We don't anymore because he got so much content, and now a ton of other people are talking about him. Yeah, so that makes that go away. But I don't know. I just think what some of the fans don't like about what we say is they want to hear only positive things about NF. They don't want to hear Ryan say, I don't listen to him, or they don't want to hear The Voice say this one wasn't good. They just want to hear I love NF, because the NF tribe is growing fast. It's growing fast. And you can't be any dissenting voices in the tribe right now are not listened to. All right. I even saw a video just posted that said NF reaction, only positive reaction. It's like, why do you gotta say that? Why you gotta say that? This is an artist, man. We like him. We're not gonna say only positive things about him. We don't say that about anybody. Even Lecrae, even other people we love.
I'm a part of the tribe now, and I will not stand for any more NF slander. I just can't. Listen, I can look at Clouds, man, and put it up against anything Eminem ever produced and ever put out. This joint right here is phenomenal.
I will say that I haven't said it.
Do the line for line. Let's see.
Well,
I won't stand for
coming up next.
I won't stand for any more NF slander, man. Straight up, man. NF is that man.
So I would say that this one felt really good right from the start. Right from the jump, it felt different. It felt all the little things about his flow pattern that I don't 100% love, well, to me was cleared up in this mixtape.
Yeah.
It was cleared up. I think he's gotten better every single album, and it felt good. I don't even know if you need to call this a mixtape. How many songs are on it?
11.
Well,
Well, 10.
But
11 is the edited version of the Cloud.
I mean, he should have just thrown this out as an album, man, because, I mean, what's the difference? Like, it sounds great. I'll put this at the top of all the other ones.
Would you put it against anything Eminem ever produced?
Well, the thing about Eminem, like his first album, his first three were to me his best.
I know I'm cutting into your heart right here.
No.
First three?
His first three, yeah. Shady, Marshall Mathers, and the third one, Eminem Show.
Eminem Show.
I want to know what Tech thinks about both of them, because Tech 9 has rapped with Eminem on the song and NF.
But
He could be the. I'm telling y'all, he could be the tie that bring them together. If he brings them together, it's possible.
It's possible. I'll say it's possible. I
We
think
definitely got to dissect that.
Here's the deal. Not only do I think it's possible, I think it's smart for Eminem to do that.
Yeah.
I think it would be wise to pull NF close, not
Oh, that's
Not
them doing the
ostracized.
track together. Oh,
Eminem. I'm just saying, it would be smart not to ostracize this dude. I don't think Eminem can. I think it's too late. He can't be stopped. So at some point, you're gonna have to interact with this dude.
You know what happened?
Smart for you to embrace him.
I think what happened with Eminem is this. He looked at him like, yo, because remember what he said about him was like, he's a blank fan, like he's a clone of me on Recovery, basically. Like my Recovery album is NF, basically. And I think what it is that as he's digressing, because I mean, we dissected Eminem's latest project, and we heard on his album, like, yo, they're going to turn on you, blah, blah, blah. So he's on that part of his artistry where it's like, people are not as interested as Eminem like they used to be.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
You don't think so?
Eminem is off the charts still. He's up there with Drake still. If you're talking about just pure interest, he is the top hip hop artist. Drake, Cardi B, Eminem, he's still trending 1, 2, 3.
No, I get that, but what I'm saying is based on
Eminem got some new stuff out. I ain't heard. I mean, I ain't listened in a minute.
They still look for his old
Look,
stuff.
you all know my background in fight sports, and generally, anyone Dana White likes is super old. Eminem had like a 2 to 3 minute video on a UFC card recently. That doesn't make you look too good in the eyes of young people if Dana White is trying to push your music.
That's not true. I think from our point of view, it looks that way, but out there, he's still the same level of interest he always had.
Where are you seeing this, Sean? I haven't seen these things. No, I'm saying like where is the data to support this fact you saying?
You can look at trends. Look at Google Trends. Go look at Spotify data. It's still the same level of interest.
No, but I think he has a. I mean, of course, let's be real. Eminem is like the Larry Bird of hip hop. It's like, I can't believe this white guy is doing this with a bunch of black guys. Like, people consider him like a quote unquote the Larry Bird of hip hop, right?
You better put some respect on Vanilla Ice name.
So now Vanilla Ice is more like, you know, Sean Bradley. Oh, so like, so now you got NF, who is like, if you're gonna do sports again, like Luca. You know what I'm saying? It's like a hype around him, and people are like, yo, this dude is cold, right? You know what I'm saying? You still respect Larry, but now you're looking at Luca like, yo, he the next one. So now I'm thinking what it is like, you need to embrace that guy, and like you kind of said, like, embrace him, because if you continue to think he just me but younger or whatever, it's just like, it starts to look like you're hating. But if he embrace him and tell people like, hey, like, and I've seen interviews recently with NF saying like, yo, Marshall Mathers he was my muse. Like, I grew up on him. I loved him. Like, that's my, like he was saying that was one of his biggest influence. So he not hating on him like Eminem. I mean, like, he not hating on him or nothing like that.
Kind of like Kobe was to Michael.
Probably.
I'll say this.
No, I don't see him here. I see Emma Stone. I don't see Eminem.
He said Emma Stone.
see who, where? What are you talking about?
I don't see him in these Google Trends.
Oh, you're not. I'll show you how.
Okay.
Show me later.
But I said,
a nice way to Sean said you don't know how to do it.
He wasn't on the call that night. He showed us all.
I'll say. I said the nice thing Eminem could do. The mean thing he could do is go grab his producer, because the thing NF has over Eminem is his music sounds better. Just overall, the sound that NF has created, to me, sounds better than what Eminem's been putting out recently. So if he had the sound that NF has now with his lyrics, that would be unbeatable. You don't think so?
Nah.
Because Eminem is a hip hop head. Eminem is not just like the sound of NF fits NF, right? Like, now for a few songs, I can hear Eminem rapping on like a few songs, but overall, he's gonna give you that one loony type record. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he's not gonna give you or that fast rap type record, but I don't think it fits. It don't fit what that's this version of Eminem. Maybe like
that's why people saying they don't like him. I promise you marry Eminem's lyric, because I would still say Eminem's lyrical talent still outshines NF.
Wait, but that's
NF's
his story.
Songs sound better than recent Eminem.
Eminem's story is gone. Like, the story that we were all interested in, right? We all know now. That story that actually drew us in, that thing, right? That conflict that he had in his life, all kind of stuff that he had going on, that stuff drew us in. Sean, you remember this? You even said that in one of your tracks. You said, "I wish I would have wrote this when I was going through it," right? Listen, right now, Eminem's story isn't as compelling as NF's story. NF's gonna have a whole lot more to talk about. He's gonna have a whole lot more that we care about, a whole lot more to dive into, and a whole lot more complexity there. We've already been through this Eminem story, so even if he can beat him lyrically, his content of what he's talking about is gonna be hard to match what this dude can put out with right now, because there's so much intrigue, because there's still so much we don't know.
NF, I'll say this about NF. I'm at work, right? This kid is working like on the other side of me, and I'm hearing NF, and I'm like, how do you know about NF? He's like, everybody knows about NF. And this kid is not a church kid, and he's like, he just speaks to me in a different way. And I'm like, wow. So this generation, like this depressed, this like, you know, PTSD generation is like, NF is our guy.
You dissing?
And I'm saying that because I don't think that the younger generation ain't looking at Eminem no more like that. Our generation still look at Eminem like that, and some other people too. But I think this generation, the younger generation, they love NF. They go to NF for that.
Y'all remember when we had those young guys on the show and they said M was trash?
Mm-hmm. Well, they wrong. M ain't trash.
That's a different demo. That's a different demo. The people who said that about wrong. Eminem don't like NF either. That's a different demo.
But I remember, man. I don't
know about that.
Y'all remember diving into Eminem, man. I embraced Eminem initially because his story was so compelling, man. It had so many layers, right? It had so much stuff going on, and I dove into the music. this generation is diving into NF the same way. And I don't think M had his time. And he was like, look, you only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow.
But
This opportunity comes once in a lifetime.
Sean, you're the reason why you're people like you that says like what you say about M now is why people are not invested in him anymore.
But you're wrong though. Like you still think NF has more following than Eminem. Eminem is still dwarfing NF's following. He still gets more attention than NF. NF is on his way up, but y'all are acting like NF has surpassed Eminem some sort of way. Eminem is still trending like Drake does, like at the top. Y'all thinking Eminem fell off. He only fell off to our culture. But the larger hip hop culture that isn't on blogs, on Joe Budden all the time, they love Eminem. He hasn't fallen off at all.
Take your word for it.
I'm telling you.
I mean, I believe there's respect there. I do believe there's respect there. But I mean, this dude's on the come up. Let's let it ride. And I see somebody talking about somebody in the. No, I'm sorry. Yes, he's definitely here. Somebody said in the comments, it was like this generation also thinks. Now that's Nathan. this generation also thinks 6ix9ine is good. So it's not a great point, right? To focus on what this generation is saying. All I'm saying is that this generation of fans, this generation of people who love hip hop, and listen, this NF is not mumble rap. You feel what I'm saying?
It's a different demo. You can't compare 6ix9ine's demo to NF's demo.
He's not mumble rap. Well, this dude is rapping, and he's going in.
Well, so those he just got like a big cosign. Tech Nine is a cosign, bro. Tech Nine is a cosign for people. One, underground following. Two, for people who respect bars and rappers. People respect Tech Nine. They got the same demo to me.
It's for years. Starting to
and I respect enough.
But not until recently. His Hopsin and Tech Nine connections will help, but he still hasn't been embraced by the mainstream blog media in hip hop yet.
I would say this. I would say Rap Radar, who is Elliot Wilson and B Dot. I forgot B Dot's last name, but they are big on they the ones who did that Drake interview. I've seen them start retweeting stuff from NF and start posting stuff for NF. So
it's starting to happen.
I feel like, but NF, the thing what NF has to do though is he has to either figure out when he wants to talk to people and when he doesn't, because
I think he should.
It seems like he's subjective about who he's talked to.
I think he should just continue not talking to anybody. He doesn't need to.
Right.
He doesn't need to. Just be Andre 3000, be Jay-Z. Like, they don't talk to everybody. Just don't talk to anybody.
But certain people are hierarchy in this hip hop thing when it comes to journalism, and it's certain. I think somebody needs to tell him like, huh?
You think he has to?
No, I would say if he knows his demo, I would go where my demo would go. But I would say he doesn't have to do it. Like I'm not expecting to see him on a Breakfast Club. But I mean, for like if I think he did something recently with Zane Lowe, if I'm not mistaken. But if he was to say, yo, you got a nice following on this like pure hip hop side, I would go see somebody on this side to at least have a conversation with him. You know what I mean?
I disagree. Stay away, bro. Stay away from it. Stay away from us. Stay away from everybody.
Wow.
Be by yourself. The J. Cole route is the way to go, especially if you don't need it. J. Cole don't do no interviews and he sells out most of these people. If you can do it, stay by yourself.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to, because this where we're at now is so content driven. As long as you have content and people are looking at social media, it's like you don't really have to do those interviews and go to magazines or what have you, because all you gotta do is have content and continue to release good quality stuff.
He doesn't need to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Don't talk to nobody. Just keep your audience and build with them.
Nathan is saying that this is NF's peak.
That's a whole nother video.
Nathan's a hater. He's a hater, bro. He don't like NF. So anybody in this conversation that don't like NF, you can't read their comment. They're hating. I mean, that's like if you don't like our show and somebody's talking about us and they're like, man, Trackstarz suck. And it's like, you don't like the Trackstarz. Why would I hear your opinion?
Yeah, I've seen those comments. And I don't stand for them. I don't stand for
like them.
I don't like emojis. I don't like them.
And say try MTMV Sports.
I'll say this.
That's not true.
Go check it out. Go check out the Clouds mixtape. It's amazing. I think he really did his thing on this one. Let's get back into it. You in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Wright to Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's